Hello, welcome to another episode of Did You Know? For those of you, this is your first time tuning in. This is a digital ministry of Fredsville Lutheran Church. My name is Andy Graves. I serve as pastoral intern here at Fredsville, and this is a weekly dive into the weird and wonderful world of church matters. Factoids, tidbits, interesting thoughts, rants on things, you name it, we do it. As always, we're always looking for suggestions around here. So if you have an idea of something you were always curious about, something you're interested in, not necessarily mainline church topics, let me know. Leave a comment on the video, reach out via email, Facebook, you name it, we got it. Call us, let me know. I'm up for just about anything in terms of church, be it, I don't know, ancient aliens or theological discourse on baptism or humanity and divinity of Jesus, saints, whatever the case may be. But with that being said, let's dive into this week's topic. This is something near and dear to my heart. And that is tattoos. I don't know if you've noticed when I flail my arms, there are things all over both arms. Tattoos are near and dear to me. Both of my arms and legs have been adorned with art of various styles and content and various degrees of meaning and investment and all of those things. But then the question is, Intern Andy, how is it that you, being a man of God, working to be a pastor, serving as a pastoral intern in a Christian church, can have tattoos? Doesn't the Bible say that you're not supposed to have tattoos? And that's the narrative that I've been told a lot. When I first started getting tattooed, I was 19 years old. I waited for a long time to get the first one, and I've waited each uh, each successive tattoo. I waited on the idea with the image with the story for a long time before I moved in and got it. And so as a young person, it's like, well, you can't be a Christian and have tattoos. It says in Leviticus, and it's actually, if you want to look it up, Leviticus 19:28 is where it talks explicitly about tattoos. It says, do not cut yourself for the dead or put tattoo marks on your body. And that's God's decree, as it ends with, I am the Lord. So yes, it does say that. It says, do not put tattoo marks on your body. Okay, well, too late. I've done that. So then the interesting bit is that context matters. I've talked about it a few times in videos like this. We talk about a lot in seminary where context matters. Reading the Bible for the purpose of discerning what was being said, when, to whom, and why is really important. The bit in Leviticus, the section of Leviticus that 1928 falls into, is the bit where the Israelites are being called to act or live discordantly or differently than the pagan neighbors. There are a lot of pagan and other ritualistic spiritual practices with cutting and tattooing for the dead and things of that nature that they weren't supposed to participate in, that they were supposed to be set apart. They worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is the law that was set forth by that God. Don't be like your heathen brothers next door. Because if you also read in Leviticus, there are other things that are disallowed. Like you're not supposed to eat shrimp. You're not supposed to trim the hair at the side of your head, sell your daughter into prostitution, wear clothing of mixed fabrics. I don't know about you, but polycotton blends are really comfy. They're out. You can't mix fabrics. You can't eat shrimp. You can't Dairy was out. Context matters. Living in a desert climate, you don't want to drink milk. It's going to spoil. They don't have refrigerators. There's no ice. Um, it's just bad. And you live in a desert. Where are you getting fresh fish from? Where are you getting shrimp from the ocean if you live landlocked? Here in Iowa, I ask that question all the time when you're walking through the grocery store and you see the seafood section. None of it's local. Luckily, today we have, technology and science has come a long way in terms of refrigeration and preservation and things such as that. But nonetheless, context matters. So tattoos in that context were spoken against in a particular way for a particular reason. I also looked up online some other thoughts to share with you. There's a Focus on the Family website. Is should I allow my teen to get a tattoo? And it talks about why they want to. Is it to be cool? Is it to do this? Is it to do that? And getting the heart of the matter. And I don't know how to feel about that. For a long time, I developed a really strong narrative to the tattoos. There was this progression of ideologies, and tattoos had to have a purpose or a meaning or a reason behind it. That I did for a while. 3 limbs worth, both arms and my first leg. The second leg has some pieces that are meaningful, but then I got a sumo wrestler with a bulldog on his muashi. Why? I like sumo wrestling. Okay. So the question becomes, what is the connection between being a Christian and having tattoos? And I don't want to be real controversial, but I don't think there is one. That a lot of the rules and regulations that we put on people are social. That you have to look a certain way, you have to act a certain way. You can't have tattoos, you can't have long hair, you can't have facial hair. You have to look, talk, act, be a model Christian in order to earn something. In the Lutheran tradition, that's not how it works. We're saved by grace through faith, by the death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus Christ, sent by God through the power of the Holy Spirit. Period. There's no addendums, there's no extras, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing you can do to earn that grace. It's freely given by grace through faith. The Holy Spirit does the Spirit's work. So, can I be a Christian? Can I be a pastor and have tattoos? I think so. If that's a problem with God, then that's a problem with God, and then the system that I have decided or work through and with doesn't hold up. Because if we're saved by grace through faith, then the adornments on my skin shouldn't matter. And the same goes for piercings and other body modifications. People go on diets to lose weight. People lift weights to look buff. You do you. You do what makes you comfortable in your skin, and I'll do what I need to do to be comfortable in mine. And then God will love us regardless. We are all beloved children of God. So yeah, there's that. There's my thoughts on tattoos. I also think it's interesting that I think it's in the book of Revelation. There's the rider on the white horse has a name written on the palm, and there's his name written on his thigh for all eternity. And the only way that humans conceive of things being permanently written on flesh is tattoos. So there's that too. I've used that a few times in defense of myself. The shrimp thing is really good too. It's like if you eat seafood, you're out as well. So let's cast aside those judgments. Judge not, lest you be judged, my friends. End rant. So if you have any questions, if there's any pushback, you want to actually discuss this, please reach out. Also, in this time of pandemic and global craziness, please take care of one another, whatever. Yes, because we have to work together. We have to love our neighbors in order to make a difference in this world, regardless of what context we're living in. So let's take care of each other. Be blessed. I'll pray for you. Please pray for me, and we'll see each other next time. Toodaloo.